Okay, today we're focusing on the touchscreen panel of the master unit. We're going to talk about the channel view here. So if you select the channel button, it opens up this window and you see the various tabs at the top of the page. If I click the channel button, it tabs through each of those tabs. This tutorial, we're going to focus on the sends section of the channel button. And so we'll talk about how to make changes and parameter changes here using the touchscreen section, and then we'll move over to the master unit and discuss that as well. So make sure your Sends tab is selected, and you'll notice this window on the screen has quite a few parameters here. At the top left of the window, we have a Nuendo button, which anytime you see that, you can click on it and it will open up a window on your Nuendo program, and you can see those parameters there. We'll come back and show you that in a moment. You can also see what channel I have selected. I currently have the base channel selected. And then you notice you have 8 sends here, and you can adjust those with the encoders. So if I wanted to turn on send number 1, I can turn it on here, adjust the amount I'm sending. If I wanted to change that to be pre instead of post, I can select and highlight the yellow button, and you can see that corresponds with what's on the screen here. So I can make it pre or post, turn it on or off. And then you'll notice it highlights over here anytime I turn on a send. At the top of this section, I have a bypass button, and that's a quick way to turn on or off those sends. Or I can do them one at a time by clicking on these buttons. Now you see I have a room reverb assigned to send number 1, and so if I click on the E button, it opens up the parameters page of all of these of that particular reverb, and I can control those parameters with the encoders here. Now if you click the Nuendo button, you'll notice now it opens up my parameters for my Lexicon Reverb plugin up on my Nuendo screen, and so I can make those adjustments and control that with my encoders here. And then if I click the Nuendo button again, it takes it back off the screen. If I hit the up arrow, it takes me back to this screen. Now let's say I wanted to assign another effect to send number 2. Let's say I wanted to do a stereo delay. I simply select it, and then I can turn it on, and I've got my adjustment here. I can select pre or post. If I wanted to, I can select my edit button, and then all my parameters for that plugin are displayed here, and I can control them with my encoders. One thing I didn't mention is I also have the ability to bypass the effect here. I can read or write automation to the effect. I can see the display of which effect I'm tweaking with, and I also have the ability to select different presets associated with that effect right here. So I can select those and have a good starting point and then make adjustments from there. If you hit the up arrow, it takes you back. If you click the Nuendo button, it takes you back out as well. One other thing I wanted to mention is sends could be used for, they don't have to be used for just effects. Let's say I wanted to send this bass channel out, maybe the stereo out for some reason or somewhere, out a group or whatever. I can select outputs and select, let's say I wanted to go out my left. You can see that I've selected it to go out stereo left. So you have that ability as well. And then if you wanted to unassign them, you simply click no bus and it unassigns them. Very quick and easy way to make these adjustments without using a mouse. Now we'll go ahead and move over to the fader unit and talk about how to do the same thing over there. Okay, we've moved over to the fader section, or the fader unit now. We'll talk about how to adjust your sends on the fader unit. So if you click on the sends button here, you'll notice that screen opens up. I can jump around between each of those 8 slots by clicking these section control buttons that are labeled 1 through 8, or I can grab the encoder and scroll either way. Now, if I wanted to adjust what parameter or what effect I'm sending to, for example, on this guitar channel, I'm sending to a stereo delay channel, I can adjust that right here simply by clicking on the encoder and reassigning it. I can also use that encoder to select various slots if that's what's selected by this button. If I select the button that's labeled pan, then I'm now panning between left or right using that same encoder. Then the encoder below that will adjust the parameters, such as send level. You can turn it on or off, and you can send it as pre or post. So if I wanted to go to slot 2, I can either select that button or scroll down with that encoder. And now this one you can see is not assigned, but I'm able to turn it up or down, but nothing is assigned. Let's quickly assign something there so that you see how to do that. Click on the first encoder. Let's assign that to the room effect, for example, my reverb. And then I can turn it on and send as much as I need to that effect, and either pre or post there. That's it. Very simple and easy to use, and combined with the master unit section, it's very flexible, and you can really increase your workflow efficiency however you like to work. If you have any questions, as usual, or any suggestions, please email me, brad@pulsesound.com. Would love to cover anything you have. Thanks for watching.